Hello, my name is Taylor, and the purpose of this video is to talk about the dispositions of educators and what I believe will make me a successful teacher and what I need to work on before my first year of teaching. First, I will start off talking about the dispositions that I believe will make me a successful teacher. These are my compassion and my advocacy. Since I have started working with children, I have learned that children need to feel safe in the space that they are in. And that comes from knowing that they have somebody that is on their side. This might mean knowing that the teacher in the classroom understands what they need to succeed, but also that their behaviors that are abnormal in a classroom are coming from somewhere. A teacher cannot help a child in a classroom if they do not pay attention to how they act on a daily basis, which will not create a safe learning environment for anybody. During my first couple of years of working in childcare, I had a little girl in my classroom. Let's call her Ellie. She was extremely talkative, happy, and loved to participate in all of the activities that we did on a daily basis. One day in the classroom, she started to isolate herself, putting herself in the corner away from everybody and everything that was being done. This is an example of those abnormal behaviors that can occur in a classroom. She didn't want to do any of the activities that were being offered to her. When I went up to her and asked her what was wrong and what was going on, the only thing she could tell me was that she was sad. So she became my buddy in the class that day. When her mom came to pick her up at the end of the day, I kind of explained to mom what was going on throughout the day and that she was putting herself aside and didn't want to participate, which was very abnormal within our classroom for her. And Ellie's mom kind of explained to me that her and dad had separated and that Ellie was having a really hard time with it. This gave me the ability to change the way that I did things in the classroom to help her, to give her a safe space, to create an environment where she had consistency, because at the time at home there wasn't that consistency and she did not understand that at the age of 3. Now I will talk about the disposition that I feel as though I need to work on before my first year of teaching, which is high expectations. In the classrooms that I currently work in the childcare environment, high expectations are a thing that we put out and that we need from the teachers, but they are hardly stood up to. That's because we work with kids from birth to 5, and the kids that I work in classrooms with, majority of them are between the ages of 2 to 3. So I feel like that will help by working on putting in those high expectations within my classroom and the child care environment that I work in at the moment. I do believe that those will help to improve the education that is going on in the classroom. For example, creating those rules in the classroom, talking in group time is okay, but making sure that we have those inside voices, that we're using our walking feet, keeping those expectations in the classroom, that we're going to clean up after ourselves when we are in a center. I believe that if I can hold those standards high, that will help me my first year of teaching. Qualities that should be held by a professional educator should be those 10 dispositions, but also those ethical standards that we look at within our education as well.